There are some days where I really just like want like a nice fat coffee. Tonight we are making cold brew coffee. In order to make cold brew, you need to let it steep in your fridge for like 12 to 16 hours. I don't have a coffee maker here, and I've never actually owned a coffee maker, even though I'm literally a coffee bean. So I have to get creative with how I make my own coffee. I usually go to Starbucks, but I have no money now because I'm in grad school, and Starbucks is like 10 minutes away, so let's add the amount of time I would be in line at Starbucks. It would be like 30 minutes to go get coffee, whatever. Anyways, I got this really good coffee from my friend who went to Brazil, and she brought back this bag of ground up coffee beans, like directly from Brazil, obviously, because she was in Brazil. I've just been doing like, I'll heat up my water on the stove, and then in a mason jar I'll fold over coffee filters and then put like 3.5 tablespoons of coffee beans on the filters and then try and pour that through, but it is literally always a disaster. It never works well, and everyone judges me because I still don't know how to make coffee and I'm 22 years old. Cold brew is really easy because you just pour the coffee beans in the water and then let it sit in your fridge. Tonight we're just gonna fill up a mason jar with water, 3.5 tablespoons of coffee beans. Tomorrow I'll try and pour that from one mason jar into another through coffee filters. I don't think it's gonna go well. I didn't actually end up making cold brew last night, but I did get my Starbs this morning. I went to the grocery store and Starbucks was conveniently on the way. I got this today because I did not sleep well last night. We are gonna go start our cold brew. It's 10:30 right now. Am I gonna be awake at 10:30 tonight? Maybe at 10:30 tonight. I'll go back in there. We'll see how it goes. Let's go. So like I said, I'm just going to do 3.5 tablespoons of coffee grounds and pour that into my mason jar. And then after I've done that, I'm going to pour water from my Brita filter into the mason jar. The water where I live tastes a little weird, so I always like to filter my water through my filter. When I filtered the coffee, I just used 2 coffee filters, so I just kind of poked that into the second mason jar that I had. I ended up having to push it down a little bit farther just so that the coffee would drain faster. It took me like 10 minutes to filter this coffee, but it seems like the end result will be good. It's the morning after I filtered my cold brew coffee. I bought another coffee this morning. We're not gonna talk about it. We're taste testing our cold brew. The way I made it this morning was I just poured in a little bit of my coffee and then my organic coconut milk creamer. I poured that in there until it looked about the color I like. Then I just poured in some cinnamon and then I poured in some honey. Now you may be wondering about my metal straw. I normally drink through a tumbler, so I have a straw in there, but I also use it to mix in my honey. We're gonna taste this, see if it's good. Not bad. Overall, I would say this is probably like a 4 out of 5. It's probably better than Starbucks just because you get the satisfaction of knowing you made it yourself. Is it better than Starbucks? Yes. Would I still go to Starbucks? Yes.